Your person is currently navigating through a complex inner world, where self-talk and internal conversations have become a regular part of their daily life. These mental dialogues have taken on a life of their own, leading them to an unexpected realization: the connection between you two might not just be emotional or physical, but telepathic. This discovery is both fascinating and unsettling for them. The idea that their thoughts and emotions might be reaching you, even without verbal communication, is something they are still coming to terms with. It's as though their mind is slowly unveiling the layers of a deeper connection that transcends the boundaries of the physical world. However, this realization comes with its own set of challenges. The limited access they have to you in the physical world is becoming increasingly frustrating for them. They find themselves yearning for a real conversation, one where both of you can freely express your emotions without the barriers of time, distance, or circumstance. The need to communicate is almost overwhelming, and they are struggling with the fact that they can't just reach out to you whenever they want. This restriction is driving them crazy because they are starting to see how much they need that emotional exchange to make sense of their own feelings. At the same time, they are on an emotional roller coaster. The ups and downs of their feelings have been intense, but they sense that this ride is finally starting to slow down. They are beginning to break free from the obstacles and old programming that have been holding them back. These barriers, whether they be past traumas, fears, or deeply ingrained beliefs, are starting to lose their grip on them. As they shed these layers, they are finding a clearer path to understanding what this connection with you truly means. It's as if they are being slowly but surely guided toward a deeper understanding of love, one that requires them to let go of their pride and ego. In this process, your person is realizing that to experience love on a deep, soulful level, they have to make some significant changes. Connecting their mind to their heart is becoming an essential part of this journey. They understand now that intellectualizing their emotions or trying to control them isn't going to work. Instead, they need to allow themselves to feel deeply, to let their heart guide them as much as their mind. This realization is profound for them, as it challenges the way they have approached relationships in the past. It requires them to be vulnerable, to open up in ways they might not have been comfortable with before. Your person's attraction to you is undeniable. They are drawn to you and only you, and this magnetic pull is something they can't ignore. One of the things they admire most about you is the way you love and respect yourself. You have a strong sense of self-worth, and you never let anyone or anything put you in a state of fear, conflict, or confusion. This strength is something they deeply respect and aspire to. They see you as a self-made person, someone who is hardworking and passionate about what you do. Your resilience and determination inspire them, and they find themselves wanting to rise to your level, to be someone who can stand beside you as an equal. Though your person may be silent right now, it doesn't mean they aren't paying attention. They are quietly observing you, trying to understand your energy before making any moves. They want to ensure that when they do approach you, they are in the right headspace and heart space to make a meaningful connection. But alongside this caution, they are also hoping for some reassurance from you. They wonder if you still want them back, if you are willing to forgive and forget the pain they may have caused you in the past. This uncertainty is something they grapple with daily, as they don't want to assume anything without a clear sign from you. Their need to see you in person is growing stronger by the day. The more they think about it, the harder it becomes to wait. They are feeling ready to take the next step, to deepen the connection between you both. The idea of making things official is something they are seriously considering, but they want to ensure that the timing is right. They don't want to rush into anything, but at the same time, they are finding it increasingly difficult to hold back. They know that seeing you, being able to talk to you face to face, would bring them the clarity and peace of mind they desperately need. It's not just about satisfying their own longing, they want to know that you are on the same page, that you share the same desire to move forward together. I really need to speak to you. The urge to express what I've been feeling has been building inside me for so long that it's become almost unbearable. These words have been trapped within me, begging for release, but I've held them back, out of fear, guilt, and confusion. But now, I realize they need to come out. They have to find a way out because keeping them inside is eating me alive. I've been living with this constant tension, having full conversations in my head, imagining what it would be like to talk to you again. In those imagined dialogues, I say everything I've been wanting to say, but it's never quite the same as actually talking to you. I still feel your presence around me, even though you're not physically here. That lingering sense of you provides me with comfort, even if it's fleeting. For just a moment, it helps me forget the pain I'm carrying. It's like a balm for my soul, but it never lasts long enough. I keep wondering what you must think of me after everything that's happened, after I broke your heart and made you cry. I know I've caused you so much pain, and that's something I have to live with every day. The guilt is overwhelming, but more than anything, I feel this burning need to finally speak my truth. I need to tell you how I'm feeling, even though I'm terrified you won't believe me. I've lied so many times before, twisted the truth to protect myself, to avoid confrontation, or maybe just out of sheer cowardice. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't believe a word I say now. But the truth, the undeniable truth, is that I'm still madly in love with you. I'm obsessed with your energy, your presence, the way you make me feel alive. Yet, it's so difficult to admit this out loud. These words tremble on my lips, and I feel so ashamed after everything we've been through. Every time I think about looking at you, I'm reminded of the pain and suffering I've caused you. It's a heavy burden to carry, and it makes it almost impossible for me to face you. The thought of looking into your eyes and seeing the hurt I put there is more than I can bear. I feel like a coward for avoiding you, for not being strong enough to face the consequences of my actions. But it's the only way I know how to cope with the shame that follows me like a shadow. So instead, I find myself holding on to you from a distance. I cling to the memories we made together, replaying them in my mind like a movie I can't turn off. Those moments we shared are precious to me, even though they're now tinged with regret and sorrow. I haven't let you go, even though it might seem like I have. I haven't moved on, though I act like I have to minimize the pain. It's a facade, a way to protect myself from the full force of the grief and loss I feel. But deep down, I'm terrified. I'm afraid that if I reach out to you, you'll reject me. That you'll push me away and make me feel the same pain I've caused you. I'm scared that you'll remind me of the mean, hurtful words I said in moments of anger or fear. Words that I wish I could take back, but know I never can. The fear of facing that pain is paralyzing, and it's kept me from reaching out to you for so long. Yet, despite all these fears, I find myself hoping that maybe you'll understand, that maybe you'll see how much I'm struggling, and maybe you'll help me conquer these fears. Because I can't keep running away. I can't keep pretending that everything is okay, when it's not. I need to confront these feelings, to deal with the mess I've made, and to find a way to heal, whether that's with you or on my own. I'm not asking for forgiveness, though I desperately wish I could be forgiven. I'm not even asking for us to go back to the way things were, because I know that's impossible. I just need to be honest with you, to finally speak my truth, and to stop hiding from the pain I've caused both of us. I need to stop running and start facing the reality of what I've done and what I'm still feeling. Because only then can I begin to find some peace, even if it's just a little. The more I look at you, the deeper the hurt and pain I feel. It's not just a fleeting sadness, this pain is real, raw, and it strikes me at my very core. It's a constant reminder that even though my heart is broken, it still beats for you. The void you've left behind is overwhelming, and I miss you more than words can ever express. Every day without you is a struggle, and every memory of you feels like a bittersweet reminder of what we once had. You are such a lovable person, someone who always had the purest heart. You were the one who could always see the good in me, even when I couldn't see it in myself. I think back to all the times you believed in me, supported me, and loved me unconditionally, despite my flaws and shortcomings. Your ability to love so purely and so deeply was something I admired but could never fully reciprocate. It wasn't because I didn't care about you, but because I was afraid of what loving you fully would mean, afraid that it wouldn't work out, and even more afraid that I would end up hurting you. This fear held me back, and I kept my guard up, not realizing that by doing so, I was hurting you in ways I never intended. When I walked away, I thought I was doing the right thing. I convinced myself that distancing myself would prevent further pain, but in reality, it did the exact opposite. I didn't realize how much it would break your heart, and now, in hindsight, I see that my actions were selfish and cowardly. Without you in my life, I feel like a complete mess, and everything seems to be turned upside down. The stability, the happiness, and the sense of purpose you brought into my life are gone, and I am left grappling with the emptiness that has taken their place. Deep inside, I know that you no longer trust me. I can't blame you for that. Trust is something that is earned, and I failed to live up to the trust you placed in me. The memories we created together, which should have been a source of comfort and joy, now only bring you pain and sadness. It breaks my heart to know that I am the cause of your tears. Every time I see the tears fall from your eyes, I feel a weakness that is almost unbearable. It's not just the sadness of seeing you in pain, but also the immense self-hatred that comes with knowing that I am the reason for your suffering. I often wonder how I could have hurt the one I love the most. How could I have been so blind to the impact my actions would have on you? I'm sorry for not being the person you needed me to be. I know that words alone can't undo the damage I've caused, but I need you to know that I regret every moment where I failed you. I wish I could go back in time, back to the moments where I let my fears and insecurities control me, and change the way I behaved. If I could, I would do everything differently. I would cherish you more, love you more deeply, and never take for granted the incredible person you are. Now, all I can do is live with the consequences of my actions. The regret, the guilt, and the sorrow are constant companions. They serve as a reminder of what I lost, not because of anything you did, but because of my own shortcomings. I lost someone who loved me for who I am, someone who saw the best in me even when I couldn't see it in myself. That's something I'll never stop regretting. I know I can't change the past, but I hope that someday you can find it in your heart to forgive me, even if it's just a little. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I wish for it nonetheless. I wish that, despite everything, you can find peace and happiness, even if it's without me. You deserve that and so much more. And while I may never have the chance to make things right with you, I'll carry the lessons I've learned with me for the rest of my life. You showed me what it means to love selflessly and completely, and that's something I'll always be grateful for, even if it came at the cost of losing you.